Hey there, in this video tutorial I'm just going to quickly show you guys how to make a terrain landscape with some water and some ocean. This tutorial is going to be a pretty short one and pretty simple and pretty straightforward. Basically, just going to make a mountainous landscape and get some water into there like an ocean, and then we'll quickly hit render and see the results. So the first thing I'm going to do is just quickly create a plane. I'm going to make it fairly large because it's going to be the landscape. So I'll make it 1000 by 1000. I'll give it a lot of segments as well, because what we'll be doing is we'll be adding a displacement map. In the last tutorial that I did, I used the displacement map to create some architectural massings, but this time I'm going to use it to create some landscape instead. The segments, I've given it 80 for length and width, and that should be the right amount. So what I'm going to quickly do now is just go back to my perspective view. I'm going to hit the displacement map, and for my bitmap I'm just going to choose the particular image, which is this one of a black and white image that I took. Basically just took an image of a mountainous landscape and then just put that into Photoshop and did the saturation. What's basically going to happen is that the areas that are white is going to be the highest peak. The areas that are black are going to be the lowest peak. So I'll just apply that to there. And then I'm going to add the strength up to get an extrusion that's a little bit too high. So then we'll do it about maybe there. So now we can get to see a mountainous landscape. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're just going to quickly create water. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly create a plane of the exact same dimension. And then I'm just going to pull him up by moving him up a bit. So then that way you could see the part of the mountain being submerged in the water and part of it kind of sticking out. The next thing I'm going to do here is basically just apply a texture mapping, and that's going to give us the waves, and that's also going to give us, I guess, the reflectivity of the material of the water, but also the way how it kind of moves, and it's not really like a static flat surface, but that's all comes with the material that we're about to use. So if I go into the material editor, I'm going to load up the Autodesk water material that's already embedded in the 3ds Max, and you could just find that. If you go into 3ds Max, you could find it under the standard materials, and it's just over here as water, which we're going to select. I'm just going to apply that to the material, and as you can see now, it looks quite flat at the moment, but once we hit render, it's going to make a difference, and you're actually going to be able to see it. I'm going to zoom it into the angle that we want. Maybe zoom out just a little bit more. Now I'm going to hit render. And now we can get the water, as you see. However, the image right here is a little bit green for the moment. So what I'm going to do is actually change the layer color that has been assigned to the mountain. We're going to do that by going to the material editor and just assigning that to the terrain. And we're going to hit render now. And there we go. So that gives us quite a mountainous range with some nice water, and that's a pretty simple trick to create some mountainous landscapes and some ocean terrain. And thanks for watching this video.